On the 8th of September 2025, Parliament debated a petition calling for the government to keep the 5 years ILR route for skilled worker visa holders and for the Hong Kong British National Overseas visa holders. This debate matters because the government has proposed for the qualifying period for settlement to be increased from 5 years to 10 years. So a lot of people were really concerned, and this led thousands of migrants, of skilled workers living in the UK to sign a petition, and this petition was debated on the 8th of September. So in today's video, I'm going to break down what happened in the debate, what MPs said about skilled workers, how the government responded, and most importantly, what this means for skilled workers moving forward. So stay with me and let's get straight into it. My name is Tochi. You're welcome to my channel. Please like this video, give it a thumbs up as you're watching so YouTube can recommend it to more people. Kindly share it to everyone that will benefit from it. And to all my returning subscribers, you guys are amazing. You're welcome back to today's video. If you're yet to subscribe, please click on the subscribe button right now. Thank you. So currently, as a skilled worker visa holder, you can apply for your indefinite leave to remain after 5 years in the UK. And this means that you're free from being on a visa, continuous renewing of visa, even being obligated to a particular sponsor, you don't need COS anymore. Free from all of those restrictions that comes with being on a visa. But earlier this year, the government released the official immigration white paper, and there they proposed, their plans to increase ILR from 5 years to 10 years. That's doubling the number of years you would stay before you can apply for indefinite leave to remain, right? So that didn't go down well with a lot of people, and they even suggested something called end settlement, which suggests that some people are likely to get ILR faster than some people based on point end, based on your contributions to the economy and the society. There were lots of questions on the minds of so many thousands of skilled worker visa holders in the UK. So this led to thousands of migrants who were really concerned and worried to sign this petition. This led the government to have this debate, hold this debate on the 8th of September 2025. Now, before I continue, I would love to introduce you all to the sponsors of today's video, LemFi. If you don't know LemFi, LemFi is a reliable app that allows residents of the UK, Canada, US, and Europe, any part of Europe at all, you can use LemFi to send money to your loved ones back home at zero fees. Guys, they have the best rates you can find in the market, so you get your complete value for money. I've been using LemFi for so many years now, and I can tell you that it's easy to use, it's fast, it's reliable, and their rates are so good. You should try it out. If you haven't downloaded LemFi already, please do so now. You can download it with the link in the description box, or if you're downloading from the Apple App Store or Google Play Store, you can enter my code Tochi and you get £10 cash back on your first transactions above £50. Trust me guys, you want to use LemFi to send money to your loved ones back home, and you will thank me later. And please don't forget to use my code Tochi. Let's go into the outcome or what actually happened during this debate. So now, some of the points, I'm really going to focus on what MP said about skilled worker visas, right? They had a lot to say about the Hong Kong British National Overseas visa, but we're going to focus on skilled worker visa holders because I know that a lot of my followers or subscribers are skilled workers, right? One of the points they raise is fairness and trust. Many MPs raised fairness as the biggest issue, right? Because a lot of skilled worker visa holders, in fact, almost every skilled worker visa holder in the UK came to the UK with a clear rule that states that after 5 years in the UK, you're going to get your indefinite leave to remain, right? So a lot of skilled workers have come with that understanding that after 5 years of a resident and work in the UK, you're going to get your ILR, right? So many people have built their lives, their plans, their money, even their family plans around that. This is really going to be unfair to those who are already in the UK if you now say, oh, hello guys, it's no longer longer 5 years, it's now going to be 10 years, right? Where will people even start from? Especially for those who are just few months or maybe 1 year before they get their ILR. What are you going to tell such people? Are you going to now give them extra time or extra years in the UK? Where will people even start from? You know, what are they going to now start doing? People don't have to continue renewing visas, continue renewing COS and all of that for an extra 5 years. You know, on the 5 years they already have, or for an extra 6 years for those who have spent 4 years. You know, one MP even said changing the rule now would feel like moving the goalposts in the middle of the game. And another MP even used a stronger analogy, saying that imagine that you're running a marathon and you're supposed to finish at, let's say, the 26th line, and then you've done 25th miles, and they now move it again, the finish line, for another 10 miles. You know, imagine looking forward to the finish line. All of a sudden, just before you got there, the organizers now moved it again for another 10 miles. You know, so that's really going to be unfair. Secondly, they also argue that it's going to have an impact on those who are already close to ILR. People have already planned their lives having that 5 years in mind, you know, so they've planned everything, their lives and everything, even their jobs, the businesses they want to do, things they would like to do, their future around that. So changing it now or telling them to wait for an extra 5 years, you know, is going to be very devastating, right? So that is going to create stress, uncertainty, and people might not even be so much dedicated to their job anymore. So these were some of the arguments that they raised. Another point was the impact on the NHS and social care, right? They tried to explain that so many people on skilled worker visas are healthcare workers, doctors, nurses, healthcare assistants, you know, that is going to cause a lot of strain on the NHS and on the social care sector, right? Because these are people that, like we have explained before, have always had at the back of their minds that are going to get ILR in 5 years' time. So imagine coming to tell them now that it's no longer 5 years, that it's now 10 years. You know, a lot of people are going to leave the UK. They're going to choose and decide to leave. They're going to feel like they're not well valued and they are going to leave, right? Yeah, the NHS is already stressed. There's already staff shortage going on that we're trying so hard, we're struggling to handle. You know, so MPs really stress that this will make the staffing and the challenge that's already on ground to be even worse. So that a lot of people are going to feel less motivated to stay. They're going to feel like they're not valued and they would want to gravitate towards where they think they are well valued. The next point is legal and practical concerns. You know, many MPs warn that applying the rules retrospectively would even be unlawful because so many people on the skilled worker visa route came into the UK with the promise and with the hope that they're going to get ILR after 5 years, and just coming now midway to tell them that it's now 10 years, there's going to be a lot of lawsuits flying up and down. You know, so that if they want to do that, they should really get ready for legal challenge. And some of us even said that sudden changes without transitional protection is going to harm the UK's international reputation. You know, like, see, this is not good for business. It's not good for the UK, you know. Like, how can you promise thousands of people? Because if they do this, thousands of people are really going to be affected. Like, they should just prepare for legal battles because people are going to go to court, people are going to sue the Home Office, people are going to sue the government. Like, yeah, it feels like it's unlawful, you know, the breach of contracts, is a breach of trust, breach of everything. So these are the things that the government should consider. One said that skilled migration usually happens based on trust, right? The government have said if you have the skills, required skills that the UK is looking for, come to the UK and work, and after 5 years, you're going to get ILR. So breaking that trust would even break the trust of those who are yet to come, because if you did not keep your promise to those that are in the UK, why would I, who that I'm not yet in the UK, why would I choose the UK over other countries? Or they were just trying to explain that, see, people are coming here trusting your word, holding on to the promise you made that they're going to get ILR in 5 years. So why would you now come now and change this after they've moved? Even if you change it to 10 years now, those that will be coming, what's the guarantee that you will not come up tomorrow and tell those already here that have the 10 years in mind that it's no longer 10 years, it's now 15 years, right? So that you're going to be breaking people's trusts, and that it's not good at all for the UK's reputation. It wasn't just about law or economics. Some MPs actually spoke about the sacrifices that migrants actually make to move to the UK, leaving families behind, coming to the UK to work really hard, work extra hours, work long hours just to keep their visas and, maintain the conditions of their visas and all of that. Skilled workers pay taxes, contributes positively to the economy. Like, it's just not fair to do that to human beings. That was it. And of course, the debate also covered the Hong Kong British National Overseas Visa, and a lot of MPs actually talked in the favor of these people, okay, saying that they should keep or retain the 5 years route for this set of people, right? And I actually noticed that there were so many MPs that were talking in favor. Yes, there were people that spoke against, that want the thing to be increased to 10 years, right, both for skilled worker visas, but majority of the MPs actually spoke for the Hong Kong people. They also mentioned that it's going to be breaking their trust as well, and especially since the 5-year ILR pathway was a lifeline for people fleeing repression and all of that, right? Guys, I don't know if you watched this and you can relate to what I'm saying. If there were 50 MPs that spoke, for example, 45 actually spoke for the Hong Kong visa holders. Like, I was like, wow. But this actually goes a long way to show that these guys actually wrote to their MPs. Of course, some skilled worker visa holders wrote to their MPs, yes, but majority of the Hong Kong visa holders wrote to their MPs stating their contributions to the economy, how this is going to affect them, why they should maintain the 5 years ILR pathway and all of that. Like, you could tell from the debate, you could just tell that these guys actually wrote. They didn't just sign the petition for the sake of signing. After doing that, knowing that it had gotten the numbers and it was going to be debated, they wrote to their MPs, okay? They actually made a case for themselves as stating their contributions and why they should be considered and everything. And that was really good. So a lot of MPs actually stressed on the importance of honoring commitments, right? Both for skilled worker visa holders and for the Hong Kong visa holders. Like, the government should really honor their commitments, their words, because, yeah, they're going to be breaking trust if they do that to affect those already in the UK. Afterwards, the new Home Office Minister said that, oh yes, that they've heard everything and that before any decision is made, there's going to be proper consultation that's going to go on later in the year to actually look into this and all the points that everybody has raised. Government actually acknowledged concerns, acknowledged the debate, everything, but didn't give any specific answers or clear answers. There's no immediate change. Nothing has been changed yet. For now, ILR still remains 5 years, okay, as we all know. So for those who are going to be applying for ILR soon, there's no change that has been made. And that consultation is going to go on later in the year for us to know what's going to happen, what the government definitely are going to tell us and keep us updated, to tell us what their plans are. If they've made a decision, we're definitely going to know about it. They're going to announce it as well. And trust me to let you guys know. That's why you should subscribe to my channel right now if you haven't already, okay? Because I'm your plug and I'm sure going to keep you updated and let you know what's going on. So there's still uncertainty. A lot of questions remain unanswered. Like, will existing skilled worker visa holders be protected under the 5 years route, or will the 10 years rules affect everybody? Will there be transitional arrangements if it's going to change to 10 years? And then for the end settlement, the government have talked about how would that work and all of that. So we still have a lot of questions that have not been answered, even though the debate has happened, right? But yeah, hopefully the government comes out to tell us something tangible very soon, and everybody will know their stand. But for now, everything remains as it is. Okay, so yeah, that is it for today's video. I hope this helps. I want to hear what you guys think in the comment section. Thank you all so much for watching. I'll see you all in my next video. Bye bye.